Hi, this is Dr. Pieczenik, and I want to congratulate President Trump for refusing to acquiesce to the demands that we have to remain in Syria or in any other country. He's absolutely correct. We don't belong in the Middle East. We don't belong in Iraq. We don't belong in Afghanistan. We don't belong in Syria. We don't belong in any other country. But ironically, let me tell you, folks, we have 720 bases in over 200 countries. So if you think that we've deserted anybody, you better rethink it again. As for the Kurds, we've paid them off. There's Kurds in Iraq who don't like the Kurds in Iran. There's PKK, there's YPG, and there's a whole bunch of Jewish Kurds, 200,000 or more in Israel. And Israel knows exactly how to take care of them. And by the way, Israel knows how to take care of itself in the Middle East. It doesn't need us. By the way, Syria will bring in Russia. Russia, as I said, will be the dominant power. I said that 10 years ago. As Turkey will be the dominant Sunni power, Iran will be the dominant Shiite power, and the United Arab Emirates and other countries will be the subordinate powers. Now let's talk about the issue about war. Lindsey Graham, I appreciate what you did in the National Guard, but I think it's time that you think about coming out of the closet. One way or another, we can't keep going on to war because you'd like to go to war. Whatever it is in your own personal history, think about it and start thinking about the fact that we've had enough wars. I know you've served our National Guard in Iraq. I appreciate, but enough is enough. Mitt Romney, you're just a loser. You go around professing all kinds of deceits, and you forget to tell everybody that you refused to serve in our military when you were called to action in Vietnam, and instead you ran to Paris and your wife ran with you on a mission. As for Admiral McRaven, we got a little problem. This is a man who joined the SEALs in 1978. And 1983 he was thrown out of the SEALs because he couldn't fit in with a group of very masculine, assertive, combative individuals. And then he left the SEALs. Somehow he came back with the SEALs and then worked his way up all the way to being an admiral. Now, what makes him so interesting is the fact that he's one of the most self-aggrandizing admirals I have ever known about. He is the only one to make movies about how well he did, how well the SEALs did, when in fact my other groups, the Delta Team, Special Forces of the Army, the units that are in the Air Force and the Marines, they don't make movies about themselves. They don't make movies about attacks on people who don't exist, like Osama bin Laden, and then they go to the Hollywood and say how great they are. So enough is enough. Let's understand something. When Dr. Rand Paul and I say something, we're both physicians and we both understand the sanctity of life. We don't want to lose it for any reason, including war. War is not sufficient for us at this particular point in time. And by the way, the major war that we need to be in is cyber command and cyber control. And that's where we need to put most of our efforts. For those of you who don't understand what Syria is, let me explain it to you. It's a country that was created by the French, and basically the French had put in a group of people from the middle of that country on the mountain areas in 1923 called the Alawites, Alawite, put them on the coast near Latakia, and as a result of that, Hafez Assad came to power after many coups, and then his son Bashar Assad, who's a physician and an ophthalmologist, just like Rand Paul, came to power and sustained that progress that many of us call intemperate. Well, he wasn't intemperate. He's protecting millions of Christians. He's protecting hundreds of Jews. He's protecting the Druze. He's protecting the Shiites and the Sunnis. Let me put it this way. If we want to go to war, then let us understand the sayings of the famous Chinese philosopher Sun Tzu. War is won in one's mind before one goes to the battlefield. On that note, thank you and good night.